This is going to be our barbell bench press tutorial, and the bench press is pretty technical, but we're going to be looking at it through a pretty general and from more a hypertrophy lens in terms of our technique, because there's a lot of different ways you can do it. In terms of our setup, there's a couple of things we want to be aware of. First things first, we're going to have our setup with our mouth underneath the bar, and we're going to be doing this in a mid-grip setup, which is thumb in line with the ring. So it would be like that. And that's why I wrap my hands around, and that way I'm always know my hands are going to be even. In terms of our shoulder blades, I like to do my chicken wing maneuver where I elbow the bench in between, and that way I know I'm going to be set up in the middle of the bench. And then in terms of my feet position, I just generally want my feet to be flat and not having my hips thrust the bar up. So what it'll look like is I'm going to get mouth underneath the bar. I'm going to go big number 5s on the ring, so I know my hands are symmetrical. I'm going to have my feet flat on the ground and puff my chest out, so I'm arching my thoracic spine. And then from there, I'm just going to the same touch point, which would be the middle of my chest. So we want to see basically a 45 degrees in terms of our elbow flare, and having the bar have the same touch point every single time. There's a couple of different things you can play around with in terms of the flaring of your elbows. If you're really going from a more hypertrophy standpoint, you probably want to flare your elbows as much as you possibly can so you can get as much stretch on the pec muscles. But if we're looking from a general lifting standpoint, or maybe you're trying to shift the heaviest load, then we might go into more of a 45 degree position with our elbows.